Okay, now it's time to move on to section 1.2, solving multi-step equations. So now that we know how to solve one-step equations by either adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, now it's time to solve equations where there's going to be more than just one step. And when we're solving multi-step equations, what's interesting about it is we do the opposite of PEMDAS. So when you're solving an order of operations problem that has all numbers and it says, here, simplify to get to a final answer, you would follow the order of operations from the start of PEMDAS at parentheses and work your way down to subtraction. But now with multi-step equations, when you have an equal sign, you actually start at the bottom and you work your way to the top. So you start at addition and subtraction, cancel that out first, then cancel out multiplication and division second. So looking at the first example, 2.5x minus 13 equals 2. I'm just going to rewrite this. It's a little bit bigger. I like to, like I said in the last video, circle my variable and draw a line down my equal sign to help me determine what's going on here. The first thing I have to do is cancel out any addition or subtraction because I start at the bottom and work my way to the top. So I'm looking here at this minus 13. That's what I'm looking at first to cancel out. The opposite of minus 13 is plus 13. So I'm going to add 13 to both sides. When I do that, those cancel out. I like to show that by drawing a line through them. And I have 2.5x is equal to 2 plus 13 is 15. Now I have one more step to cancel out. I have 2.5 times x. To cancel out multiplication, I divide. To show division, I put fraction bars underneath, and I divide by the exact number that's in front of x. And that is 2.5. 15 divided by 2.5 is 6, so I know my answer is 6. You might be wondering, how can I check to make sure my answer is correct? Plug it back in for x. So you're going to take 6, replace it back in here for x, and see if it's true. 2.5 times 6 is 15, and 15 minus 13 is 2. We're good to go. Number 2, negative 2n plus 3 equals 9. Circling my variable, drawing my line. Now I have a plus 3. I need to cancel out that addition. To cancel out addition, I do the opposite. I subtract. I have negative 2n equals 9 minus 3 is 6. Last step, I need to cancel out the multiplication that's happening by negative 2 times n. To do that, I divide. You divide by the exact number that is in front of n. The exact number in front of n is a negative 2. I'm going to get n equals 6 divided by negative 2 is a negative 3 as my final answer. All right, sometimes we have fractions, and that's okay. When we have fractions, you're basically just going to solve the same exact thing, just deal with the fractions. In number 3, I have 1/2 c minus 11 equals negative 21. Circling my variable, drawing my line, first thing I'm going to do is add 11 to both sides. Negative 21 plus 11 is negative 10, so I have 1/2 times c is equal to negative 10. The last thing I do is cancel out the multiplication. This is 1/2 times c, so I can easily just cancel that out by dividing both sides by 1/2. You can put this all in your calculator. Negative 10 divided by 1/2 is going to equal negative 20. All right, number 4 is very similar to number 3. So why don't you try number 4, and then we'll go over it together as a group.